Coming to you from the heart of Harvard at the DCE Brattle Square Studio. Welcome to Harvard Extension School.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to kick off the 2024-2025 academic school year. My name is Kristen Pope, and I'm the Assistant Director of Social Media for the Harvard Division of Continuing Education. And it's my pleasure to be your host today. Like you in our global DCE community, I'm a firm believer in the value of lifelong learning. At Harvard Extension School, we believe in opening new doors to new opportunities, in equipping you with new skills and new perspectives to illuminate your potential. Whether you're looking to advance your career, pivot to a new industry, or follow a passion, we provide a flexible format that brings Harvard to you on your terms. As the Assistant Director of Social Media, I have the privilege of meeting our inspiring students and sharing their stories. At commencement a few weeks ago, I met a woman who embodies our student community and mission here at Harvard Extension School. As a mom of two and a successful business owner, she splits her time between Hawaii and abroad, traveling and parenting around the world, all while pursuing her educational goals. In fact, she was pregnant while completing the last requirements of her degree. This graduate brought her 3-week-old newborn to commencement to walk across the stage with her and said it was thanks to the flexibility and support that she received here at HES that she was able to balance it all over the years. When one of our students graduates from the Harvard Extension School, we know it's not just about them. Their success is also the success of their family and community. You being here with us today is the first step in unlocking your educational and personal potential, and we commend you. In the spirit of unlocking your potential and welcoming you to the new academic year, we've got some great programming lined up for you today. We have a great lineup of faculty and staff eager to meet you, eager to discuss our unique offerings and answer your questions in our Q&A feature. You'll also compete against our contestants in HES trivia, and finally, have the opportunity to hear from our students and alumni who were once in your shoes, looking to register for their very first class. So first, let's start by hearing what you can expect from the upcoming academic year. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Nancy Coleman, Dean of Harvard Extension and Continuing Studies, and Suzanne Spreadbury, Dean of Academic Programs and Harvard Extension School. Nancy and Suzanne, take it away.
Thank you, Kristen. I love that story. I just love hearing stories about our alumni. Don't you, Suzanne?
Yes, absolutely. The passion of pursuing their education inspires me every day. Their determination to succeed is why we're so dedicated to responding to their evolving needs. Right, Nancy?
It is. And there's so many great stories like that from commencement. We're really excited to share them with you today. In fact, as a lifelong learner myself, I can state confidently that even when we say lifelong learning at Harvard, we mean both supporting your learning journey throughout your life and that we intentionally evolve how and what we teach to meet the needs of our students over time. We are enormously proud of the work that Harvard has done to support learners over their lifetimes. As I'm sure many of you know, the importance of learning over a lifetime cannot be overstated. Our world moves at a pace that is unprecedented, driven predominantly by changes in technology and globalization. And as the changes get bigger, our world gets smaller. There are new ideas, developments, even industries created almost daily. In order to stay competitive, ongoing development and learning is absolutely a must. It's no longer enough to complete an undergraduate degree just out of high school and be set for life. Learning is moving at a fast pace too, and now it's targeted to meet the needs of what we call the purpose-driven modern learner. Adults who choose to complete or continue their education on their terms, We are designing programs to meet you where you are, with an understanding that you're leading a busy life, perhaps working full-time, caring for family members, pets, traveling, or engaged in pursuits that demand flexibility. Our programs are designed to address the needs of modern learners. We're finding that our students want cutting-edge content when they need it, which is why we see our learners returning to us time and time again to take a course, earn a certificate, or even work on a degree. And the good news is that these learning experiences can stand alone or be paired together to create customized pathways. And of course, the Harvard Extension School is one of Harvard's 12 degree-granting schools. The Extension School was founded in 1910 to serve the educational needs of the greater Boston community. But since that time, we have grown in size and scope, and today we proudly serve a global audience. With a forward-looking and innovative mindset, we are embracing the future with enthusiasm. We're actively preparing for the learner of tomorrow, and at the same time, meeting today's needs using the latest technology, teaching methods, and resources, including artificial intelligence. It's never been a better time to be here, and we look forward to you joining us. Suzanne, I know you've got a lot more to share about incredible programs and students.
Indeed, Nancy. As you know, the Harvard Extension School is the only school at Harvard designed specifically for the global part-time adult learner. We provide affordable and accessible courses, degrees, certificates, micro-certificates, and pre-medical studies for whatever stage in life our students are at. We offer over 1,000 courses this year. 90% are online, and nearly 60 active learning weekends. Every weekend throughout the academic year, multiple classes of adult learners will come here to the Harvard campus to engage in short yet enduring learning experiences with faculty and peers. The eclectic course selection in over 50 subjects is something that you will simply not find at any other continuing education program. There's cybersecurity, climate change and adaptation, international relations, inclusive leadership, corporate finance, the First Amendment, the science of health, happiness and well-being, and artificial intelligence. And be sure to check out our new graduate certificate in AI. And our online courses are unique. They prioritize real-time, live engagement with instructors and fellow students. While you may live at a distance, you'll feel like you are in a Harvard classroom, meeting lifelong friends and future business partners. Our faculty are scholars who hail from Harvard University and other nationally ranked colleges, as well as industry. And our small class size means you'll receive personal attention. But it's you, our students, that make us great, best in the world. Our 13,000 students are CEOs, CFOs, CIOs. They're consultants, entrepreneurs. They are teachers, scientists, software engineers, baristas, healthcare providers, first responders, and public servants. They are ages 23 to 73, studying from all 50 states in over 100 countries. Most have at least 12 years of professional work experience. They bring a rich diversity of perspectives into the classroom, which means you learn as much from your peers as your instructors. Harvard Extension School students inspire me every day. They are intellectual risk takers. While they have a variety of other commitments, they add inspiring academics to their busy lives. They come to the Harvard Extension School because they want the best that continuing education has to offer, because they believe they deserve the best, and the best is what we provide. They also come to Harvard to engage in original research that benefits the world. We have data science graduates who worked as a team to improve NASA's climate change model. We have life science students who contributed to critical lab research on cancer and cardiac disease. We have management candidates who work together with industry partners on strategic plans to support innovation. We had a psychology student who completed research to support the mental health of humanitarian aid workers. While these examples are noteworthy, they are not extraordinary. In fact, they are the ordinary results of a Harvard education, which includes outstanding courses that promote intellectual growth, excellent resources such as the largest academic library in the world, committed faculty who care deeply about teaching, and a truly supportive staff who is invested in your individual success. And of course, talented students like you. Harvard Extension School students are diverse, but they all have a few things in common. The academic ability, curiosity, and drive to succeed in Harvard rigor courses, and the desire to leverage that education for change. Change in their professional, academic, and civic lives. Change not only for themselves, but their families and their chosen vocation. They want to make a difference. And I invite all of you to join them and let your academic aspirations reach heights that you never thought possible. Back to you, Kristen.
Now, who's ready to play Harvard Extension School Trivia? Today, I'm joined by three beloved members of our Extension School community. First up, Dr. Andrew Engelward, Assistant Dean of Academic Programs at Harvard Extension School. Andy, tell us a little bit about your role.
Hello, everyone. Well, as you mentioned, Kristen, I'm the Assistant Dean of Academic Programs, and I help oversee a lot of the master's degrees, including liberal arts and information technology, life sciences, and things of that sort. So I first started teaching at the Extension School in 1999, a pre-calculus class, and I was shocked. People were actually taking a class in the evening, paying for it, taking their time, and I was so impressed with people making that sort of commitment to coming and learning math. So I was thrilled, and I started teaching at the Extension School and been teaching there for 25 years. And I helped create the Math for Teaching program, so I actually teach teachers. So yes, my main job is administrator and overseeing all these programs, but I absolutely get the energy and excitement from teaching the students at the Extension School. That's what keeps me charged up.
Thank you, Andy. I know that I could definitely use some of that math magic in my life. Next is a woman who does it all. Jill Felicio is a two-time Harvard Extension School graduate and serves as the Director of Advancement for the Harvard Division of Continuing Education. Jill oversees alumni affairs and, along with her amazing team, manages our annual commencement festivities. Jill, can you share what's most special about commencement, especially since you've graduated from Harvard Extension School twice?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am so delighted to share because Harvard Extension School truly changed my life. So I came to Harvard Extension in 1996 and essentially transformed every bit of the way I think, I speak, I write, I learn, and the way I see the world. And really, the commencement culminates after years of this effort where you really truly feel the weight, the depth, and the breadth of what you've accomplished here at Harvard. And I started my role here at the university 9 years ago, where I now have the privilege of working with our alumni programming to bring initiatives that serve our community. And our community is broad and rich and diverse and is supported for a lifetime. So it's really a pleasure and a privilege.
Thank you so much for being with us, Jill. You really embody the Harvard Extension community. Last but certainly not least, we have Dr. Nick Coburn-Paulo, one of our Harvard Extension School instructors and a preceptor for Harvard University in the field of public speaking. Nick, I've heard a lot of great things about your courses from past students. What's been one of your favorite moments in class at the Harvard Extension School?
Absolutely. First of all, it's a real pleasure to be here for such a great cause. The Extension School is really close to my heart as well. I would say probably one of my favorite moments just happened this last semester, where in my capstone seminar on policy analysis and writing, which is built on the course I built for the United Nations, the first ever course on policy making for the Security Council, taught to the Security Council incoming nations. I had a student in that course do so well. I said, you should think about your PhD program. He'd never thought about a PhD program before. And we worked on his application together, and he applied, and he got in with a full ride fellowship to one of the top programs in the country. So helping students realize the skills they have and unlocking them. Harvard Extension School gives us a unique opportunity to do that. And as an educator, it's something out of a dream.
Wow, Nick, that is incredible. It's so inspiring to hear about the connection that you have to this community of adult learners and how you got to inspire one directly in that way. I'm sure students are always looking forward to your classes. Okay, so Andy, Jill, and Nick, thank you for joining us to play HES Trivia. I know we are all eager to jump in, but first, let's go over how this will work. There are 5 trivia categories: HES History, Community and Graduation, Student Experience, Benefits and Resources, and Timelines. Each category has 4 questions each with a different value: $100, $200, $300, and a whopping $400. We'll play round robin style. I'll start with you, Andy, and then we'll go to Jill and then Nick. Does anybody have any questions?
Quick question.
Okay.
Is there a prize for the winner?
That's an important question. Today's winner will receive bragging rights. Okay, that's a pretty big award for the Harvard Extension School Trivia. So to everyone watching, make sure to play along with us. Correct responses will give you a chance to be entered into a raffle to win even more fabulous prizes, including HES swag. All right, let's get started. Okay, Andy, you're up first. You look comfortable over there. Are you confident you're going to win?
Well, I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay,
I'll see.
all right. Give it your best shot, Andy. Which point value and category are you going to choose to kick us off?
I'm going to take HES History, Extension School History, for 400.
Ooh, the big bucks. Okay, the first question: how many students enroll in the first year of extension courses?
Oof, first year. Well, I know the first year was, so it's in 1910, and founded by then the Harvard president at that time, Lawrence Lowell. Lowell family is still very much part of the Extension School. And the mission at that point was similar to what we do today, which is to offer Harvard classes, Harvard courses for adult learners and people who are working during the day and taking classes in the evening and inspired to take on academic challenges. Is it 1863? No, 1863, that was Gettysburg. 863. Final answer, 863.
The answer is 863.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm not sure what's more impressive, the fact that we had that many students at our inaugural year, or that you knew that number. Like, did you know it off the top of your head, or you had to come to it?
It was somewhere back there.
Okay, impressive all the way around, Andy. Jill, you're up next. What are you choosing?
Oh, goodness. That was a tough one. I don't think I'm going that hard. Let's play it safe and go for Harvard Extension School History for 100, please.
All right, okay, playing it safe. Jill, how did we offer our first distance course?
Oh, goodness. Okay, another date question. Well, I know that we offered remote courses long before the pandemic. Generally, our first instance, I would say, began with radio. We were broadcasting in radio.
Jill, you're correct.
All right.
Harvard Extension School has been leading the way in the distance learning space for decades. We know that. The first distance learning courses at HES were broadcast on the radio, starting on December 5th, 1949. Listeners could tune in 6 nights a week at 7:30 p.m. to hear lectures on subjects including psychology, world history, and economics. And fun fact, we also broadcasted courses to the Polaris submarine fleet and later other ships in the U.S. Navy from 1960 to 1972. Like, no question about it, HES is a pioneer when it comes to distance learning. Okay, Nick, I mean, you got some competing here to do. What are you choosing?
Yeah, after their incredible answers, I'm going to have to sort of raise the bar here. But I got to say, the fact that Extension School is involved in cutting-edge technology is totally unsurprising, and I love our commitment to helping the servicemen in the 1960s and 1970s. That it really seems part of the mission. But with that said, I'm going to be bold. I was raised to be bold. I'm going to go for benefits and resources for $400.
All right, another big baller. Okay, Nick, your question. Many online courses have a study lounge. What's it called?
Ooh, wow, it is one that I love so much. We use it all the time in our classroom. It's great. You can go in there 24 hours a day. It's on Canvas. The platform is super intuitive, and it's kind of like halfway of a breakout room and halfway a digital cafe. You can drop it and talk to students, work on your assignments together. Gather. Gather is my final answer.
Nick, you're right. The 24/7 online study lounge available for our courses is called Gather. It's great to hear that our global community has resources to connect while distance learning because we have a global community. Okay, we are at the end of our first round. Let's recap. Andy has $400, Jill has $100, and Nick has $400. Not a bad start, you guys. Okay, Andy, we're back over to you. What are you thinking this time?
Well, Kristen, I think I'm going to try a new category. I love the end of the year. The commencement's always something fun, the community coming together. So let's do community and graduation, and I'll hit that 400.
I love the confidence. Love it. The question is true or false. Most graduate degree candidates can complete their residency requirements in just 2 weekends.
Well, this is a great question, Kristen. So we've been working really hard, especially as more and more of our community is coming in and doing classes here, but might be living somewhere else. We've been working on trying to really sort of standardize the residency requirements and what we're asking students to do in terms of coming to class. And well, we have a few options. I mean, we've got things like an active learning weekend, or might take a pre-capstone or a capstone. And then we've put together some other things, which are a Genetown, so working with Dr. Denkin and the biotech program. And then there's also a 1 week writers retreat in the summer. So, flexibility is definitely key. But there's also that really important part of coming to campus. It's a personal thing. You're seeing other students. You're building community. Just a sort of a magical thing to do. Walk through Harvard Yard, go to Widener Library, and of course, just seeing all the other students that are around the area. So, yeah, true, false. I'm going true. Final answer, true.
Okay, final answer, and it is indeed true.
Yeah.
As Andy has shown us, you have options, lots of options. So, $400 to you, Andy. And I have to say, I agree that being on campus is a special experience, one that's integral to any Harvard education. Jill, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Commencement being so fresh in my mind, I'd love to do community and graduation for $300.
That is perfect for you. Okay, Jill, your question, true or false? Harvard Extension School students are from 115 different countries.
So true. Our students represented from these countries and all 50 U.S. states are one of the absolute best parts of studying here at Harvard Extension School. The diversity and the breadth of their experience and work and life in their home countries is just so completely illuminating for the topic areas and just rich in depth. So absolutely yes.
Jill, you're right.
All
115 countries. That's about 60% of all countries. You guys, I'm learning so much here, and I know that our at-home audience is too. And I'm having a ton of fun. Are y'all having fun? This is fun. This is a great way for us to learn all things Harvard Extension. Okay, Nick, it's over to you.
Okay, Kristen, let's switch things up a bit. I'm going to go, again, big time on the money, timelines for 400.
Bold. I love these big numbers. Okay, Nick, your question. How many times a year can you apply for admission in our degree program?
Well, I mean, there are 2 semesters in a year, fall and spring. So I feel pretty safe in saying 2.
Nick, I hate to tell you this, but the answer is 3.
Oh, I totally forgot summer session. This is a good reminder that mistakes are inevitable for anyone, but it's how you react to them that really matters.
You have a great attitude about this. So after successfully completing our pre-degree admission courses, there are 3 periods in which you can apply for the degree programs at Harvard Extension School. Okay, so we are at the end of our second round. Let's recap. Andy has a whopping $800. Jill has $400, nothing to be shamed about. And Nick, $400. Okay, Andy, you are next. What are you choosing in this third round?
Well, I'm liking the history, so I'm going to go back to, Extension School history for $300.
All right. That category feels lucky to you, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Okay, all right.
Feel good about it.
Okay.
Let's see. Might have just jinxed things.
When did Harvard Extension School establish a coat of arms?
1910, Extension School starts. I know they didn't have it right away. 1920? 1920? Final answer, 1920.
Oh, Andy, I hope I didn't jinx you. The correct answer, 1983.
What?
1983, but that was a good guess. That was a good, valiant guess.
All right, well, I'm not going to forget that date now. But I do know this. So when you're talking about the Extension School, the coat of arms, so I can picture it, and at the top it's got the classic Harvard Veritas in 3 books, 3 open books. So underneath the Veritas, we've got 2 bushels of wheat. And for those people who might not know this, 2 bushels of wheat, when Lowell started the Extension School, in his will, he actually said that he wanted the courses to be inexpensive enough so that everybody could partake in them, and he said not to be charged more than 2 bushels of wheat. And then, of course, the third thing on this coat of arms, it's a little golden lamp. And so originally when students were taking courses back in 1910, and even still today, they're taking courses after usually a regular full-time job, and so they would take courses in the evening. So the idea was you're a little moonlighting, taking courses in the evening, and that golden lamp lights your way in the evening as you're studying. So that's the coat of arms. Missed the date, but I have the picture in my mind.
Andy, thank you so much for that explanation. You know, one of the things I always love to see at commencement is that golden lamp. Isn't that right, Jill?
That is absolutely right. And we give each of our graduates this very special lamp of learning that signifies all of the midnight oil that was burned in earning that degree. And that lamp plays a very special role in Harvard's commencement ceremony.
Okay, speaking of studying, Jill, what question are you choosing?
Great. Let's do timelines for 200.
Okay, Jill, I see you getting more bold. Your question, another true or false. An individual must apply to register for a single course.
Well, I mean, as an alumna, I know this is not true. This is absolutely false. While you do need to apply for admission to degree programs. We have an open enrollment policy for courses and certificates, meaning that you can simply meet the course prerequisites and any standard requirement laid therein and register. So the answer is false.
And false is right. $200 to you, Jill. I'm so glad that you mentioned our open enrollment policy. It's a great way for students to test out courses, explore a passion, and transition back to school as a working adult. No easy task. Okay, for those of you at home interested in a degree, we have an Earn Your Way in admissions policy here at HES. We know that past grades and standardized test scores aren't always representative of the student you are today. So instead, you complete 2 to 3 required admissions courses, which will count toward your eventual degree. And if you earn a B or above in those courses, you are then eligible to apply for your program of choice. Okay, moving on, Nick, what will you choose in this round?
I can't believe it's the 3rd round already. This thing is moving along quickly. I'm feeling a little humbled after that last miss. I'm going to go for timelines for 100.
Okay, Nick, your question. For the majority of our courses, how many hours per week do students spend on their course?
You have 2 hours of classes a week. And so that's an hour in the classroom twice a week. And you're supposed to have maybe 3 or 4 hours of homework, 2 or 3 hours of homework on top of that. So generally, each class should provide about 8 to 10 hours a week of work. It should fall basically in that range, depending on how quickly and efficiently you work.
That's a helpful breakdown, Nick. And you're right.
Yay.
I hope that boosted you a bit, Nick. Prospective students should anticipate setting aside about 8 to 10 hours per course per week. And I know that some of you at home are returning to the classroom after a few months, years, or even decades. It can be intimidating. And to try to figure out how to fit your education into your already busy life, we have many great resources for you at HES to help you navigate this journey, including an online tool called Harvard Extension Ready. Also, if you decide to become a degree candidate, you will be assigned an academic advisor who can coach you through to help you balance your education with your life commitments. We are really here to help you succeed. Okay, back to the game. At the end of this round, Andy has 800, Jill has 600, and Nick has 500. You guys are getting pretty close here. Andy, how are you feeling?
Well, I was feeling a lot better when I was getting those 400s, but now at seeing the lead sort of slip away, I'm a little bit not quite as confident right now.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. What are you going to choose this round?
Let's do student experience 400.
Okay. I know you can do this, Andy. I believe in you. Your question, true or false? We offer courses in 4 main formats at HES.
We've worked on standardizing the language around what kind of course somebody might be signing up for, because we have so many different things that we try, but now the crux of the matter is there's sort of 3 main course format options. So you might be in a course which is available online, and it's the expectation that all the students are online at the same time, interacting with the instructor, maybe communicating during the class, and so those are our synchronous classes. So you have to actually be online at that particular time. And then we have asynchronous versions of that, where typically students can still come at the class time, but the online, the class is actually put online. A recording is made available. So that gives a lot more flexibility in terms of time schedules. And then, of course, we have our on-campus courses. I mean, those are the ones that started the whole shebang off in 1910, and we still have plenty of instructors and students coming to class. But since we really push to go global, that's much less of a core part of our offerings. But so those 3. I'm going to go 3, and you asked true, false. I think you said 4, so I'm going false.
You gave a lot of thought to that.
Yeah, maybe
And
too much.
It's a good thing that you did.
Did I jinx myself again?
It's a good thing you did, because you're right. $100
right.
to you, Andy. Thank you for that comprehensive overview.
Yeah, okay.
It played out in your favor. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with all 3 of you. So Jill, back to you. What question are you choosing to answer this round?
Let's do student experience for 300, Kristen.
Okay, Jill, I see you bumping it up there. Your question, how many courses will Harvard Extension School offer in the 2024-2025 academic year? And feel free to round to the nearest 100.
Goodness, okay, that's tricky. Well, I know that we offer 7-week half-term courses in addition to the 15-week courses. So there's just a ton of options. 45 subject areas. So guess 500?
Oh, Jill, that's incorrect.
My math is wrong.
The answer is actually double that amount.
Oh,
Can you
goodness.
believe it? Harvard
Right.
Extension School will be offering over 1,000 courses in the upcoming academic year. It's amazing. That was a hard question. I don't think I would have gotten that answer either. What an impressive catalog. Plenty of options for our students to choose from. Andy, are there any new courses you're particularly excited about in this upcoming school year?
Well, yeah, there are. And this is one of my favorite parts of my job, is working with program directors to actually put together the upcoming year's worth of courses. And it's a lot of work when it's over 1,000 courses. And one of the nice things about working at the Extension School is we try to stay au courant. We try to keep up with times, think about what students really need to advance themselves in their career and their own personal interests. So it's not as if this course catalog is the same as one from 20 years ago. Things change from year to year. So for instance, we have quite a number of offerings in AI. So AI, artificial intelligence, of course, is sort of in the zeitgeist, a lot of people thinking about it. The robots are taking over the world, but we're showing people in courses that they can actually put AI to use. So we've got AI courses, for instance, in the obvious places, in information technology, computer science, but also we have AI and its use, for instance, in one of the management classes in terms of helping make business decisions, really just sort of at the cutting edge for a lot of our students.
Wow, Andy, that sounds incredible. All of these courses sound incredible, especially the one about robots taking over the world.
Yeah. I don't think we have a course in that, and we're not going to have one soon.
Right. Okay, I know we could all talk about our favorite courses all day, but let's go back to trivia. Nick, it's on you. What question are you choosing?
My confidence is starting to rise again, so I'll go with the student experience for 200.
I like to hear it. Okay. What percentage of Harvard Extension School instructors hold doctoral degrees?
I have to admit, I kind of have a little bit cheater's advantage on this because I'd read this recently somewhere, and it's an amazing percentage, 70%. But I want to really talk about the 30% that don't hold that. Like one of my colleagues, he teaches strategic communication. Not only is he a public speaking teacher, he's a former New York State senator, and he was an executive at MTV in the late 1980s and early 1990s, and he's your strategic communication teacher. So people either have the incredible academic qualifications, amazing professional credentials, or a combination of both.
I love that, Nick. Thank you for breaking that down for us. You're definitely not wrong on the latter, and you're not wrong about the 70% either. Both are correct and great answers, so great job. And as you mentioned, our instructors are subject area experts. They're either instructors from other Harvard schools, such as Harvard College, Harvard Business School, and Harvard Law School, or other renowned institutions or industry experts. And Nick, you mentioned our instructors are passionate. And after hearing countless student stories, I can certainly attest to that. Can you tell me why you're passionate about teaching HES students?
It's a real passion for me because I was, first of all, a first-generation college student. No one in my family had gone before. There was a long gap after I got my undergraduate degree, which I had to do by working 3 jobs to get through school. Barely got through school. Didn't apply to graduate school until I turned 40. Didn't finish until my mid to late 40s. And so I was working a job the whole time. So I have a lot of empathy for the path our students are walking and tremendous respect for how they have to balance so many different things and the experiences they bring and the perspective they bring and the gentleness with which they treat each other because of that in class. It makes for a really magical place.
Wow, Nick. I can safely say you have inspired me, and I'm sure your contestants and everybody who is tuning in. Thank you for sharing that story, and kudos to you. All right, we are at the end of this round. Andy has 900, Jill has 900, and Nick has 700. Okay, Andy, it's back to you.
Now it's getting a little heated. So Kristen, I'm going to go for timelines for 300.
Okay,
please.
True or false? An individual can complete a micro-certificate in as little as 2 terms.
Nope. I know that one's false. So, nope, it's going to be 3 terms, so 3 semesters, yeah.
Oh, Andy, I'm so sorry. The
What?
answer is true.
No. Oh, okay. You can take 3 semesters, so you can actually complete a micro-certificate in as little as 2 terms, but you get to have up to 3 terms to do that because you might take time off or you might be doing something else. It might not be the right time. So I was thinking you can get up to 3. Can I take that back?
It
Can I
sounds
get
like a
the- can I
small,
get
but
the-
it's a
like-
tiny clarification that our community needs.
Okay, I need to listen more carefully. But yeah, no, you can do it as little as 2 terms. And actually, these new micro-credentials are really fantastic. So we've been thinking about how we have the degree programs, which somebody can be taking up to 12 courses over a good 4, 5, 6 years. But we also have had certificates, which have compressed it to taking about four courses. And then now we've just started off with these micro-certificates. So two courses filling out something which is, well, we've got lots of different areas, but we just added, for instance, a bunch just recently, something like advanced negotiation, conflict resolution. We've got statistics, near and dear to my heart, and a greenhouse gas emissions accounting, and then user experience, user interface in the IT realm. So we've got a lot of really interesting micro certificates. And, don't quiz us on this, but, is the next thing the milli certificate or the nano certificate? But no, the micro certificates seem to hit a nice sweet spot for a lot of our students.
You are so right, and you're a good sport, Andy, because you still gave us that beautiful explanation that we needed about our incredible micro certificates. So we appreciate that. The new options you mentioned sound cutting edge.
Yeah.
They're going to be very attractive for professionals interested in deepening their expertise in those fields. Any of these new micro certificates sound intriguing to you, Jill?
Yes, absolutely. And you got me at advanced negotiation and contract resolution. If it includes you, Nick, I want to take his course. Absolutely. Oh, it's great.
That is awesome, Jill. It sounds like we may see you back in the classroom sooner than later.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jill, it's on
All right.
you. What are you choosing?
I'm feeling good. So let's do student experience for 400,
Woo!
Kristen.
I've been waiting for this, Jill. Awesome. Okay. How many graduate certificates are we offering in the 2024-2025 academic year?
Okay, this is brilliant timing because I was just discussing this with Dean Spreadberry. So generally we have two new options. We have artificial intelligence and topics in biomedical science. So Harvard Extension School now has 42 graduate certificates.
Okay, this is big. This is big. Okay. Jill, that's right.
Ah, yay.
That's
Okay.
right. HES will offer 42 graduate certificate options in the upcoming academic school year. $400 to you, Jill. It is so exciting that we have so many new offerings this year, as we heard from Dean Spreadberry earlier. And I will say that many of my colleagues here at DCE are pursuing graduate certificates. They're a great way to develop new skills and build expertise in specialized areas to advance your career. Plus, nearly 90% of our certificate earners report that they are confident that their certificate has prepared them for their next step. Okay, my favorite, who is last but never least. Nick, it's on you.
Well, first of all, I just got to say, after hearing these descriptions of these courses, I wish I could go back and be a student again, because I'm a lifelong learner, but these courses are so enticing. It sounds like an incredible opportunity. Yeah, but I'm thinking I'm going to go to the middle road again. It treated me well. Benefits and resources for 200.
Okay. Harvard's Widener Library houses how many miles of books?
Ooh, that's a tough one. And I mean, I love the library here. I've been at 3 other Ivy League institutions, Yale, Brown, and Cornell, and our library dusts theirs, just leaves them far behind in terms of resources and availability. And great historical stuff, like you can see a copy of the Gutenberg Bible, but how big it is, I mean, I got a feeling like it's got to be like marathon length. So I'm going to be like 26.2 miles, the length of a marathon. That's going to be my guess.
Oh, that's one of my favorite numbers. Okay, this one stumped me too, Nick. It turns out that there are 57 miles. 57 miles of books housed within the walls of Harvard's Widener Library. So for those of you watching us today, when you register and become a Harvard Extension School student, you gain access to the Harvard Library Network and its incredible resources. All right, we're at the end of this round. Andy has 900, Jill has 1,300, and Nick has a valiant 700. Andy, have you ever been inside Widener? And have you seen the 57 miles of shelves?
Well, I have been at Harvard for 40 years, so it'd be pretty tough to have avoided going into Widener.
For our second to last round, what question are you choosing, Andy?
Oof. All right. Well, I can't believe it's almost over. I'm running out of time to score some big points. I'll do the history. Yeah, Extension School history for 200, please.
Fantastic choice. The question is, when was Harvard Extension Alumni Association first founded?
I want to steal this one, Andy.
Oh, geez. I hope I get this right. Jill's going to be pretty annoyed if I mess this up. But I do think I know this one. I'm pretty sure. It's 1968. It was in the 60s. Yeah, final answer. I'll go 1968.
You sure about that?
No. But I'm feeling pretty confident.
Okay, that confidence is working because you're right. You
Oh, good,
are
good, good.
right. The Harvard Extension Alumni Association was founded in 1968. Jill, can you tell us a little bit more about HES?
And I learned about this from Jill. So
Of
thank
course
you.
I can. The Harvard Extension Alumni Association was founded by Ella Smith and Edgar Grossman, both from the class of 1966. And since that time, the Harvard Extension Alumni Association has been serving alumni with opportunities to connect, to celebrate, and to learn. And members of the Harvard Extension Alumni Association are also lifetime members of the Harvard Alumni Association. And it is a family that supports one another through everything.
Oh, we are so grateful for the contribution that those alums made. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jill. HEAA offers wonderful opportunities for our alumni to continue building community long after commencement. Pivoting back to the game, because that's why we're here. What are you choosing for this round, Jill?
All right, let's do benefits and resources for 300.
Okay, your question. On average, how many HES students participate each year in the Harvard Innovation Lab's student membership community?
Okay, that is a tricky one. And I know, many of our degree candidates have access to the Harvard Innovation Labs, which as you know, is a collaborative space where students from various Harvard schools come together to explore entrepreneurial ideas with expert advisors, coaches, and fellow innovators. And I know quite a few alumni who have successfully created startups with the help of the iLab. So I am going to say 200 students per year.
Jill, I honestly do not know how you do it because you're right.
Oh, great.
Over 200 Harvard Extension School students take part in the iLab student membership community each year. In fact, in the last 2 years, about 20 HES degree students have gone on to see their iLab ventures accepted as semifinalists in the Harvard President's Innovation Challenge. The iLab is just one of the many benefits our degree candidates have here at the Harvard Extension School as members of the Harvard community at large. It's incredible.
I just read about Brainify.ai, which is a huge thing that was launched here by people in the Extension School, students who put this program together. It's won all kinds of awards, like it was a finalist for the 2023 President's Innovation Challenge, which is incredible. So they're doing groundbreaking research, and it's not just in the sciences. I'm going to brag on some of my students for a quick moment, which is one of them, for example, he's in the National Assembly of Guinea-Bissau, and he wrote his paper comparing the political development of Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, and why Cape Verde has no political coups and Guinea-Bissau has many. And he's literally taking his research to try and help rewrite elements of the Guinea-Bissau Constitution, the work he did in our class to move forward. That's the real world kind of stuff that's going on in our classrooms, that level of innovation.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Nick. Okay, you're kind of taking your bragging rights early, but you deserve those. You earned those bragging rights, and I'm so grateful that you shared the story of Brainify. I remember covering that story. Nick, since I have you, what question are you picking this round?
I'm going to try and stay low strategy and hope that they overextend. I'm going to go for benefits and resources for 100.
I like your strategy. I like your strategy. Okay, the question is, what does CARC stand for at the Harvard Extension School?
I'm thinking about what really sits behind a lot of the resources that are here, and it's academic and it's career. So I'm going to guess the C and A are career and academic, and I'm going to guess that R and C must be resource center, but I can't recommend these resources enough. I remember when I went back to graduate school at 40, I was in a classroom with a bunch of whippersnappers who were in their 20s, and I felt humbled. I hadn't written seriously in 15 years or so, and I had resources like the writing lab to go to. We have an incredible writing lab here available to our students, and we have a cohort of students around you who are like you, who help support you and push you along. Whether it's career advice or academic advice, I can't tell you how often I walk into a classroom beforehand and I see students talking to each other, networking about opportunities in their various fields. So whether it's institutional or informal, the Extension School gives you a lot of pathways to explore advancement, both in your academic career and in terms of your professional career.
And your answer is? I heard the passion.
I said it first. I almost forgot it, though. Career and Academic Resource Center.
You're right on both accounts. Everything you said up to it, and that CARC indeed stands for the Career and Academic Resource Center. Okay, let's quickly do a recap of our scoreboard. Andy has 1,100, Jill has 1,600, and Nick has $800. Okay, you're making this interesting, really interesting. Andy, Jill, Nick, we're now on the final round. Who wants to win?
Let's
kind
do
of
this.
would like to get those bragging rights.
Okay. All right. So to those of you who are competing with us from home, are you ready for the final 3 questions? Let's just jump right into it. Andy, what are you choosing for your final question?
Okay, I love commencement. I said this before. I'm going to do community and graduation again, and now we're at 100. I'll do 100.
All right. Commencement is always my favorite day of the year, so many of our favorite day of the year. Your question, did Harvard Extension School host commencement ceremonies in 2024?
So students get together literally at 6:30 in the morning, and they gather in the courtyard next to the Natural History Museum. So gather, have some light snacks, and then we're all in regalia and we process into Harvard Yard, go to Tercentenary Theater. There's like 30,000 people, all the students who are graduating, family, friends, huge morning ceremony. I'm trying to figure out which way you're going on this, because then in the afternoon, we then walk back to the courtyard in front of the Natural History Museum, and that's where the Extension School students specifically get their diplomas, walk across stage, shake hands with the dean. Sometimes they bring a small kid who's been right by their side while they've been going through their degree program. It's really cool. It's really festive. And I think you were trying to trick me. Oh, right. You were trying to trick me. Where is the commencement? So I'm going to go the Extension School commencement. Yeah, it's that one place, the courtyard in front of the Natural History Museum. That's my final answer.
Andy, I'm beginning to understand your process to getting to the answer, and I like it. And your final answer is correct.
Yay!
Harvard
Good.
Extension School awards its degrees in the afternoon on the lawn outside the Harvard Natural History Museum following the morning exercises in the Harvard Yard. It's a beautiful location, and we love being there. Okay, Jill, it looks like we have one final option, and Nick, to be fair, we will also give you a final question as well. Okay, Jill, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Your final question for $200 is: Harvard Extension School diplomas are conferred in what language?
This is interesting, and there is a nuance here. The ALB diploma is in English, but the ALM diploma is written in Latin. So tricky.
Okay. And you were quick about it too, Jill. And you're correct. Harvard Extension School degrees are conferred in Latin, as is the longstanding tradition at Harvard University. Jill, are the abbreviations for our 2-degree programs ALB and ALM from the Latin as well?
Yes, they are indeed from Latin, and the ALB is an abbreviation for the Artem Baccalaureatus Liberalium, and the ALM is the abbreviation for the Arterium Liberalum Magister. So that language is there, and that diploma is beautiful and signed by the president and the dean of our school.
You should probably add, you don't actually have to learn Latin to get the degree, right?
No, but I'd recommend it.
Oh, you told me you were president. Weren't you president of
This
your
is
high school Latin club?
Near and dear to me,
There you
yes.
go.
I was a
Well, I took
former
4 years of Latin
Latin
myself,
student.
so there you go. And
Oh,
there-
I love it.
You have to brush up for the Latin oration at the morning
Wonderful.
ceremony.
Yes,
You
it's
too.
a beautiful part of that ceremony.
You two are definitive lifelong learners, and we love it. That's why we are here.
Love it.
Thank you, Jill, for that little Latin lesson, and for Andy for helping us out with it. Okay, Nick, final question of the Harvard Extension School Trivia for 400. Name 2 courses that we're offering this fall.
Y'all mind if I talk about a couple of my own?
Oh, are you?
You all are gracious. You are gracious. There are so many great courses out there, over 1,000, but I will highlight 2 in particular, like the question asked. The first is I teach writing in the social sciences, and that's a course where the instructor can pick their theme, and then you write about it within the social sciences. And I pick sports. And sports at an international level. So for sports fans out there who are like, wait, how is that social science? We dig deeply into that and have a lot of fun with it. And so it's a great course. And the second course I've mentioned already is negotiation and conflict resolution, organizational conflict resolution, in part because I spent spring break in Italy giving a lecture series at a think tank and working with some of the leading CEOs and government officials in Italy. And I'm anxious to come back and retool the course and make it even better this coming fall based on that work. So those are 2 courses I would mention.
We're going to count that? Those are his 2 courses.
Listen.
There are 1,000 other courses.
There are
How about
courses.
1,000 other courses?
They're included, and I'm with Jill. I want to take the negotiation course,
Yep.
Nick, as long as I can go to Italy. If we're going to Italy, I'm going, okay?
Right.
Now, you're right, Nick.
Yeah.
$400. That answer netted you $400. And before we look at our final scoreboard, let me ask the audience, how do you all like playing with us from home? I know it's a bit cheesy, maybe, but I feel like I'm the real winner for being with you all here today, our incredible contestants. This has been so much fun, and I have learned so much. Okay, now to the moment that we have all been waiting for. Have you guys enjoyed my drum roll? You enjoyed my drum roll? Okay, Andy, you finished with an impressive $1,200, Jill with $1,800, and Nick with $1,200. Congratulations to our HES trivia winner, Jill. Here are your bragging rights.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Congratulations, Jill.
Congratulations. I have to say,
Thank
good
you,
competition.
Not surprised an alum won.
okay.
Not surprised.
Nick, nice to be runners up together.
Absolutely.
This is great.
I love our
beautiful.
HES community camaraderie. Love it. Congratulations once again to Jill Felicio, our HES trivia winner. As an alumna, Jill is evidence that the best and the brightest come through Harvard Extension School. We hope you all at home had so much fun playing along. This event is just the beginning of the fun and learning that you'll find here at Harvard Extension School. In fact, let's hear from a few student members of our community now.
I decided to attend Harvard Extension School because of the sophistication of the classes. And when I saw these courses in the syllabi listed, they were really hitting all of the topics and all of my curiosities.
The way that the teachers have supported my learning, they really found what worked for me. To take some one-on-one time, speak with me, help me, and to get the best out of me. And I feel like that's what the instructors here at the Harvard Extension School do.
I'm a mother, I have work as well, and Harvard Extension School allows such flexibility of the on-campus and off-campus learning.
You can be anywhere in the world and still be a part of this, and that's something that as an international student, I can resonate closely to that.
Harvard Extension provided me world-class educators, professors, and opportunities that I wouldn't have had at any other school.
Being here is just inspiring. When you walk around Harvard Yard, when you go to various libraries, we study with each other online every week, but then we also get together here in person. And that combination makes it a truly unique and special degree.
For me, Harvard Extension School is a place that allows me to basically fulfill a dream. I've always wanted to have my master's. I never thought that I would be able to do it, especially now at my age. It's just been so exciting.
Harvard Extension School is a place to grow and to foster lifelong friendships among classmates and professors from all over the world.
HES feels like home. And throughout this entire journey, it has felt like home the entire time. Everyone, including professors, including my advisors, they have always tried to make sure that I feel at home.
Harvard Extension School is a place where I learned I could be more than I ever thought I could be.
It's a place to learn more, challenge yourself, and get ready to be part of a better future.
For me, Harvard Extension School is a place that everyone should learn about and everyone should attend because it's such an amazing school, amazing prices for an Ivy League quality education.
Wow, I always love hearing from our students and our alumni. Thank you to our inspiring community for sharing what it really means to be a student at Harvard Extension School. Thank you to all of you at home for joining us today. We hope you had fun and that you are now feeling inspired to become a student here. Are you ready to take action? Start your new year with us. If you're ready to become a Harvard student in either the January 2025 term or the spring 2025 term, here are 2 key dates you should mark on your calendar. Starting Monday, October 21st, 2024, you will be able to complete pre-registration, add courses to your cart, and address any course enrollment requirements. So you will feel fully prepared when course registration opens. And when does it open, you may ask? For both the January term and the spring 2025 term, course registration opens on Monday, November 4th, 2024. On that day, you'll be able to complete your registration and officially begin your journey with us. Thanks again for taking the time today to join us. We can't wait to see you in class.